Immigration is still a topic of debate here in the U.S. and especially right here in Arizona. In the last fiscal year, the Tucson Border Patrol apprehended nearly 90,000 people trying to cross into the state illegally. But it's those that don't make it across that leave many families without answers.
Recuerdos.
Bringing back the good times.
This is us two dancing.
They keep these albums, hundreds of photos, to keep his memory alive.
Friendly person, happy, always smile.
That's how Monse wants to remember her brother Andres.
Like in one moment, everything was gone, destroy everything.
Since 2011, Andres Valenzuela Cota has been labeled a missing person, lost along the southern Arizona border. His family says that Cota traveled to the U.S. on a work visa in the 1980s, opening up a hair salon in California and employing some of his family, like his niece, Nydia De Leon.
His whole life, he tried to train us and made us stronger for the day that he wouldn't be here.
He tried but failed to get a green card, and when his mother died, he decided to go back to Mexico despite his now illegal status.
He said, I'll call you in 3 to 4 days.
Nydia says she was the last person to hear from him before he tried to cross back into the U.S.
Finally, the 5th day came and I said, something's wrong. I feel it, something's wrong.
They may say to themselves, you know, I've already come this far, I can't stop now.
Agent Nicole Ballestrea has been with the Tucson sector of Border Patrol for 6 years now and says many border crossers like Cota are uneducated about the desert dangers.
Crossing the border illegally is not necessarily what a person should be doing, but a person also shouldn't die because, you know, they want to cross the border.
And Border Patrol says many migrant deaths happen because of exposure to the elements, whether it be the below freezing temperatures in the winter or the intense Arizona summers. In the last fiscal year, 107 migrant border crossers were found dead while trying to cross.
Mostly presumed to be undocumented border crossers.
And their bodies end up here at the Pima County Office of the Medical Examiner.
We just have to go through the procedures that we would with anyone to try to identify who they are and get those remains back to their families.
Identifying migrant remains can be a challenge.
We work on cases all the way from fresh, decomposed, and then to skeletal cases.
Like this body brought in earlier this month. Just bones, no identification, and a tattered pair of pants.
The general changes that you do see with exposure to the elements is you have loss of soft tissue.
Many times families are just too afraid to come forward. And without a missing persons report, dental records, anything to help identify them, they become John Does.
The majority of the skeletal cases that are seen are generally male.
But for those left labeled as John Does, their families are left wondering.
It's been 4 years and nothing. We're still looking for that and waiting for that phone call.
There is good news in all of this. The Tucson sector of Border Patrol says they've seen a nearly 50% increase in rescues, while a similar decrease in deaths. But for families, one death is one too many.